Hello, everyone. This is Brother Andrew, and today we're going to learn about the story of a saint who's very important to me, Saint Louise de Marillac. So let's sit back and listen to Louise's story. Louise de Marillac was born on August 12th, 1591, in Picardy, France. She never knew her mother. Her father, Louis de Marillac, was a French lord. Louise grew up among the rich and powerful of France. She was well educated at the royal monastery in Poissy, where her aunt lived. In 1604, Louise's father died when she was 12. As time went on, she began to feel drawn to the religious life. When Louise turned 15, she applied to join the Capuchin Franciscan sisters. However, the Capuchins said no. No one really knows why. They just thought God had other plans for her. Louise was heartbroken when the Capuchins rejected her. For the next 7 years, she waited, confused and lost about what to do for the rest of her life. Her family tried to convince her that she should be married. Eventually, she decided that they were right. Her uncle arranged for her to marry a young man named Antoine Le Gras, the secretary to Queen Henrietta Maria of England. They were married on February 5th, 1613, when Louise was 21. 9 months later, on October 13th, 1613, they had a son, Michel. Louise loved Antoine and Michel very much. She worked with their parish in serving the poor and sick. When Louise was about 30 years old, Antoine became very ill. He could not get out of bed, and Louise had to take care of him and Michel on her own. Michel had autism and needed special attention. Louise became more and more depressed. She began questioning her life and wondering if she had made a mistake in getting married. With the help of 2 spiritual directors, both of whom would themselves become saints, Louise decided to pursue religious life again if Antoine died before she did. On December 21st, 1625, Antoine passed away. Louise, now 35 years old, began a new journey as a religious. Louise's spiritual director, Saint Vincent de Paul, had a poorly organized group of high-class women who were dedicated to serving the poor. However, since they came from rich families, they had no idea how to actually help those in need. Louise had learned about hardship from taking care of her husband and son by herself. She and Vincent discerned together about founding a new religious order. The order would not live in a convent like other religious women. Instead, they would live in ministerial communities that would learn how to serve the poor and then do it. On November 29th, 1633, the Daughters of Charity were born. Louise, now 42 years old, got to work organizing her sisters and setting about serving the poor of France. She welcomed sisters from lower-class women who were more used to hard work. She established connections with healthcare professionals that are still in use today. Louise steered her new order for 26 years until her death on March 15th, 1660. It took over 250 years before she was canonized, and her sisters continued her work for that entire time. Finally, on March 11th, 1934, Pope Pius XI recognized Louise de Marillac as a saint. Her feast day is March 15th, which, by the way, is the day that I was baptized. Louise de Marillac is my special patron saint for my baptism. Saint Louise de Marillac was both the foundress of a religious order as well as a wife and a mother. She experienced both crushing failure and great success. She learned about God's plan for her life only after many years of listening and trust. As we remember her during Lent, let us ask for her help in asking God to make us strong like her when things don't go the way we planned, and to be ready and willing to start over again.